Hello! I stole the intro from you.
What? Oh. I was... Never mind.
Welcome back to Action Economy. Myths of Dread.
I got robbed.
911.
Highway robbery.
What is your emergency?
Help me, they're in my house. Dun 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 dun.
That's basically what's gonna happen to this Burgermeister in a moment.
We'll see what happens.
I guess fireball the Burgermaster.
Well, it was a good run.
Well, we saw what happened.
I mean, I wonder
Anyone
what would
hear that?
I wonder what would happen if I just murdered him and then I'm the Burgermaster now.
I don't think you
I'm
keep
the
what you
Burgermeister.
kill.
You never know until you try it.
Alright,
Then
don't
again,
try it.
would you really... Yeah. Don't try it. Would you really want to be tied down to this place?
No. But I could.
there's a toy
But
guy.
here's the thing, though. I could just like leave. What are they gonna do?
Die? Everyone would die?
Great start, guys. Great start.
So, you head to the Burgomaster's mansion. And this mansion has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arched
I
opening
think these buildings need therapists.
above the mansion's double entrance doors.
Does it hate what it's become?
There are bundles of twigs and stuff all over.
I assume on the walk over, you guys explained to me all the details of what happened there, and I am going to share all the details of what happened with the whole job of
And the children.
were ravens.
Okay, I don't think we'd discuss this out loud. I think I'd cast message and discuss it, like, silently with you. Because I don't want to just openly go around the fucking town being like, yeah, we met the other noble house and they're planning to overthrow the Burgermeister and take over the entire city and we're going to come and murder Isak.
I met a whole tavern full of were-ravens that are part of a secret cult.
We like Strahd. All hail the Watcher.
And Mothman.
I'm Mothman.
So yeah.
This is what our lives have been reduced to. Traveling
Alright.
between
What-
one cult to another.
One more time. Sylvia, quote unquote, Vasilka. She is disguised as a bodyguard of mine and has the hood over her so that nobody recognizes her. Sebastian and Lucas are both acting as my bodyguards. Lucian is playing the part as my betrothed, and I am Lady Renea
Buying
Eckert,
a wedding dress.
coming to buy a wedding dress because nobody has a good one.
And both of you have guidance on you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see here.
Knock, knock, knock.
And big arm monster man is off doing other things, making other people sad, not me.
Hopefully. Didn't exactly give him a ton of time, but
I mean, we came to get you and
yeah,
figured all
that was
that
like,
out.
what, 5 minutes?
Please, probably as soon as we walked in there, we're just like, you're home with us.
No, we had a whole conversation with, can we buy fancy clothes?
Fair enough. And
Pip pip diddly do.
Worst case scenario, we just kill everyone.
That does sound like a very worst case. I'd like to not do that.
actually, out of curiosity, is your creation with us, Lucas, or did you leave?
Yes, he's with us.
Don't you have eyes?
No, I don't have 8 eyes. I'm sorry.
I didn't say 8 eyes. I just said eyes.
No.
Oh, well,
All right, that's tragic.
What a shame.
Going on.
What a shame.
What a shame.
All right, so
this blind werewolf for just 5 electrum.
That's actually pretty good. That was pretty good. Not even mad about that.
oh my gosh. So yeah, so you approach this house.
Mm-hmm.
And it is
In the middle of this street. Alright, campaign's over, guys.
So Strahd destroys Barovia.
But which one?
Dun dun dun.
Well, in-game Strahd destroys Barovia, but out-of-game Strahd, aka me, destroyed Tom.
It's a metaphor.
It is.
So there's a house there.
Yes. Crackly
Big
walls.
mansion.
Needs help.
Y'all just stand around and look at it?
No, we go up and knock on the
Yeah.
door. I went knock, knock, knock.
Okay. You knock on the door, and a maid opens the front door and says, "Hello, can I help you?"
Oh, yes. My name is Lady Renia Eckerts of the Eckerts family in Mordant. And I, show my signet ring, and I go, if you would be so kind, I would wish an audience with the Burgomaster.
Oh, of course. Follow me. I'll take you to the parlor.
Alright, we go.
And, yeah, she lets you in. Inside is the entrance hall. Framed portraits adorn the wall of this grand foyer, which features a wide staircase with a sculpted railing. A long carpeted hall attached to the foyer stretches almost the length of the mansion, and has several doors leading away from it, including one at the far end. Bundles of twigs are heaped against the walls. Let's see here. Let's see. She doesn't say the parlor, she says the den. The parlor is currently in use. I'm looking for... Alright, so she takes you down the hallway and turns at the first door in the hallway. She kind of has to step around some of these bundles of twigs and stuff.
Okay.
But, yeah, she comes up to the door and opens
Renovations going on?
Oh no, these are preparations for the Festival of the Blazing Sun.
Oh, right, yes.
I do believe we saw flyers about that in the town.
Yes.
But you enter in, and there's padded chairs and couches lining the walls of this cozy carpeted den. The room smells like pipe smoke, and mounted on the east wall is the head of an angry-looking brown bear.
I lounge on a couch.
So she says, if you'll wait here, can I get you anything?
Water would be nice. Actually, do not worry about it.
Okay, so she nods and then says she's going to go get the Burgomaster. And you have a few minutes to look around the room. Doesn't seem to be a lot in here. It's fairly straightforward. The room is about 20 feet by 25 feet, so it's pretty big. And but after a while, the door opens and the Baron walks into the room. And he's an odd-looking man. He's wearing a very fine long coat that's like bright crimson. Well, not crimson. It's more of it's a combination of like a golden, red, and it's got a little bit of yellow to it. It's almost kind of like sunlight kind of color, but not quite. It's like a sunset kind of color, but it's very saturated.
Oh, that's cool.
Color. It's very nice.
It's funny because all the cloaks and robes and stuff that I have on are also sunset colored.
It's it very clashes with his like very pale, pallid skin, gray hair. He's mostly balding. His hair is like he's got like this is super weird. His hair is like bald really far back, but what hair he does have is like really long, and he's got it like shaped into like a singular like curl twist, almost kind of like pompadour from the back of the head to hang down in front.
What the fuck?
Is he an anglerfish?
I feel like this guy is going to squat down and run over to me and go, eh?
I do have an image.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Please.
Of him and his wife. Let me.
Oh god, this is going to be a...
Yeah, I'm gonna just walk over.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
don't have
If you want to take turns and come over and take a look at this dude, that's him.
Oh no, it's the English fish from Finding Nemo.
So wait, I was right?
He looks like...
Oh, Jesus.
He looks like if somebody was making fun of a Castlevania villain.
Yeah, he does!
He actually does.
hilarious.
I called it. Anglerfish, let's go.
But yeah, he. Let me double check to make sure I didn't cause any problems in the recording with that. I'm sure I did, but that's fine. So yeah, he comes into the room, pretty straightforward, and is like, "Ah, wonderful to see you. Thank you for your visit, my lady."
Oh, I love your cloak. It is quite nice.
Thank you. I think it inspires a certain joy in people. You look wonderful yourself, my lady.
Thank you. I spend much time preparing myself.
Yes. I'm not going to go through all of it, but he goes on and on with the.
I'm just equally pleasant.
Yeah, it's very much a big thing. But finally he gets to, so is there anything I can do for you?
Yes, I was actually having a wedding. This, gesture to Lucian, and I go...
Lucien wraps his arm around Rainier's arm.
This is my betrothed.
Sell it.
I was looking for a wedding dress that would befit someone of my stature, but it does not seem that there's really any to be found around. And I heard that you may have one that I might be able to acquire.
Oh, well, I do remember that. Well, yes, my wife should still have hers somewhere. But you'd have to speak with her about whether she'd be willing to part with it. Ah, well. She is currently having one of her tea parties. Real quick, just take a look at something. Will you be staying in town long, or is this an immediate need?
We would be leaving. When were we supposed to leave? Today? Tomorrow?
I believe it was today.
It would be nice to have it today. We could wait a little bit if that would be alright.
Oh, well, no need to wait too long. I'm sure my wife would love to have more guests at her tea party. And he gestures to the door and says, if you would come with me, I can take you to her.
Oh, have you been invited to a tea party?
How charming.
And as he opens the door, you see these two huge dogs, the two dogs you saw in the picture. These mastiffs that are both like, kind of up at him. And they sort of follow at his side as he leads you just down the hall to the next room.
Yeah, I follow along. I'm like, oh, what breed are your dogs? They are quite lovely.
Oh, they are the Peruvian Mastiffs.
They are quite big.
So Tom,
Yes.
while we're walking along, Sebastian's gonna just study the Mastiffs a bit and just look at them and try to think about would this work for a while, transforming into.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be doing that, but obviously being a bodyguard, still being smart.
Yeah.
Casually observing how big these mastiffs are.
I'm like, are they trained?
Oh yes, very well trained.
Do they do tricks?
None that would be appropriate for right this moment, but yes.
We had a
Some nice
trainer
sound effects going on here.
We have a trainer at my castle. He is quite a good trainer. He actually tamed a few wolves, if you can believe that.
You must have different wolves where you're from. The ones around here are quite untamable.
So I have heard.
But he just leads you down the hallway just a bit to... maybe just across the hallway. Let me double check.
Untamable, and then there's
You are domesticated.
You don't shit on the floor.
just color that now. When we get back to the
When the Burgermeister isn't looking, he transforms and shits on the floor.
I transform into a mastiff, and then
He transforms into a mastiff and then like runs around in circles with the other two. Now, which one is the real mastiffs?
So...
All the real
Hey,
Mastiffs,
hey,
please
hey.
stand up. Please stand up.
So, you hear some laughter. Not some laughter, some chatter. Female voices as you approach the room. And it's just literally across the hallway. And he opens the door, and inside, you see there are... this room, a chandelier of wrought iron filled with wax candles hangs above a polished wooden dining table. Around the table are seated 8 women of various ages in comfortable high-back chairs. They wear faded clothing, drink tea, and eat cake, while a 9th woman, who's well-dressed and very pleased with herself, circles the table and talks excitedly about decorations for the impending festival. These are all peasants that have been invited to spend time with Lydia Petrovna, as you were told before, and she's got tea and cake for them, and they're all stitching together children's costumes of some kind. And she, when she sees all of you come to the door, she wanders over and is like, hello. And her husband's like, Lydia, these are some guests of mine. They have, they have a request of you. I figured I'd bring them over to make their case to you and hopefully add to your party here and maybe have a change of... He looks around at the people, and you can see he's got kind of a look, not of disgust, but somewhat withheld disgust at the commoners. And he says, he gestures to Uranir and says, "This is Lady Rainier Eckert. And she is, she's going to get married soon, and, she is in need of something." And he sort of turns to you and says, "This is my wife, Lydia Petrovna."
I give, like, a little bow to her. A pleasure.
She does as well. And she said, she comes forward to take your hand and is like, "Oh, please, come, I have tea and cake.
That sounds quite lovely.
And your friends are free to join as well."
Sure. If any wish to.
Yeah. Do you guys come in?
I, of course, do.
I actually have a question.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Purified
How do you guys feel about Strahd in here? People tell me I look like Strahd. Is that true?
More about the fact that when people look in my eyes, they see nothing but depression and horror, and that I'm like...
Look into my eyes. What do you see?
It legitimately says that people see my eyes, they see that I've seen, like, unspeakable horrors.
Are you gonna
But it
ask?
also means
that they want to help you.
that they want to help me.
This is true. I have taken this into account with almost everything you've done here, because basically here it means that, oh, are you from Barovia? Hey. You seem like a native to me.
I mean,
you look familiar.
As of note, this is a thing from back with the original, like, the early Ravenloft setting. There's a train coming, so I'll describe this during here since it's mechanics related. There is this outcast rating, depending on certain criteria about your character. And all of you, everyone, have taken things that have raised their outcast rating, which is why Barovians are acting the way they are towards you. And details about your characters are this type of thing that in Ravenloft, if you meet a certain criteria of the outcast rating, then people are much less friendly. However, that specifically with Travis's character reduces his outcast rating.
Also, what's the dog situation? Steel defender situation.
Oh,
is he allowed in?
He can't fit.
All right.
He's on the lawn.
Just so you know, he can't be surprised, and he speaks all the languages I speak.
Okay. So does he speak them?
It says that it understands them, so it doesn't speak them.
Okay.
It can't speak. I didn't make it so it could speak.
Okay.
I just imagine the guard of this house walking by it like,
3 dogs, 3 dog heads. Hello.
What the fuck is that?
All 3 of them at once.
Just squirrel.
I actually
My master is inside the house.
What are you doing here, young child?
Look, an idiot.
So, she brings you in. She has a couple of maids who start bringing tea to each of you and cake. This is a very how to describe this? Exactly what you'd expect. Women talking about almost literally nothing except trying to ignore the fact that everyone's kind of depressed and is here because they're, they're barely being allowed here because they have
Lovely
to be
weather today. It wasn't quite as overcast as yesterday.
There's an air of desperation among the women here that are like,
Me too.
Excuse me?
It's like not exactly a pleasant thing, although Lydia is trying her hardest.
Can I attempt to just raise the mood and morale by telling them exciting, cool stories about heroes, like heroic fairy tales from Mordant and exciting tales of lamplighters and stuff like that?
You can make an attempt with a perform check.
Okay. That's 13.
That's not bad.
Remember, you have guidance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See how desperate they are, he mutters.
Okay, so yeah, you definitely raise the mood. You offer a distraction to the fact that they're essentially being bribed with tea and cake to make these children's costumes that are for this festival that literally no one cares about and doesn't really have anything to do.
And then they look over at me, and the mood is brought back down again.
No, he's just Barovia. It's fine.
Some of
His aura is
children's
so
mask
oppressive.
on you.
Here's a mask for you. It's a kid's mask. It's a donkey mask.
I just put a Frankenstrahd mask on him.
Frankenstrahd!
That's actually awesome.
So you start. They do start talking a bit more about some more interesting stuff as the mood improves. So you do hear some things from these women that is kind of they do mention some odd stuff that's happened. Turns out that the butler and one of Lydia's ladies in waiting have gone missing. It's very clear that the people who are talking are like, oh, they've gone missing and it's dangerous. Lydia is desperately trying to turn that conversation around to, oh, they must have run away and gotten married someplace or something like that. Clearly romanticizing the situation just to avoid thinking about some of the worst possibilities. And one of them mentions the Vistani, who have been around nearby, and how apparently, there's been other disappearances. And there was a woman, not a woman, sorry. So normally the Vistani are not allowed in town, apparently. Mm-hmm. But one came asking, because of his daughter, Arabelle, has vanished. And, it was just yesterday that the little girl went missing. And, you don't, it's... Okay, Vasilka, pays attention to that quite a bit. It's kind of hard to tell because of the cloak and stuff like that, but she does, reposition herself and, listens to that as it's going on. You don't see what she does exactly, but she seems to be praying. So... So after a while of talking, how do you approach the topic of the dress?
Probably when it comes time to change the subject to the next desperately happy thing, I am going to be like, yes, I am quite in high spirits. I am betrothed to Lucian over here. We are set to be married quite soon, but...
Yeah, Lydia, who's at this is does... Some of the other women are actually kind of like, oh, but, it's definitely got this power of, this is in Barovia.
Yeah. We have been,
Sometimes you can find light, even in the darkest of places.
Yes. I have actually met him while he was on work, and things have just gone from there. The only problem is that I am looking for a dress. I do not have my own wedding dress. I did not pack it. It is...
Before you ask a question, roll a persuasion check.
What's my persuasion? Hey! 20.
Oh!
Okay. As you're talking about this, you're getting to the point of asking about it, and Lydia interrupts you and says, "Oh, I have a wedding dress. Obviously I'm not getting married a second time. Maybe you could, maybe it would fit you. Well, maybe with some slight alterations. No, it should probably fit." And,
that would be absolutely lovely. Can I see it?
Well, yes, of course. Continue working, ladies. And she asks for you to follow her.
Sure. Can my, well, I do not want the betrothed to see the dress before the wedding. Lucas, can you come with? Perhaps to just help remove the armor?
Certainly. Lydia seems a little... okay. Vasilka stands up and says, I'll come as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Vasilka, would you just prefer yourself? Just fun?
Name.
No, wait. What was the name?
Sylvia.
I meant to fucking lie about it.
Get it.
Literally, I literally say the opposite. If I try to say Vasilka, I say Sylvia, and if I try to say Sylvia,
So,
I try
like-
to say Vasilka.
As much as I am enjoying the subterfuge, no one knows the name Vasilka.
Yeah. I will just bring you. It would be, I think, a bit overbearing to have two.
I think it's for the best.
Right. Just keep enjoying the tea party. Perhaps,
Who were you telling to stay behind? Vasilka or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody,
Pretty
it's just me and Vasilka
Pretty
going
okay,
with.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so in
Bachelor
that
party,
case,
anyone?
I mean, hey, sure. Because he got any more wine?
she leads you upstairs and around to... Let's see, where is it?
We got decalcification enzyme.
Oh, what lovely dress. Could you perhaps trade it for a declassification enzyme?
Yeah, you do upstairs and down a hallway, and in this hallway, there's an upstairs gallery. So the staircase climbs 20 feet to a beautifully appointed gallery that continues toward the west, running almost the length of the mansion. Framed landscape paintings line the walls, and red silk drapes cover a 10-foot-tall arched window of leaded glass. It's pretty nice. Yeah, so you start headed down this hallway, and you get to the end, turn down a smaller hallway, and there is a room on the left. However, at the far end of this hallway, there is a locked door. Is that
Okay.
one? Yeah. And there's something odd about it, but yeah, she turns into this room to the side and into what appears to be a this room smells of powder and fine perfume. There's a vanity with a mirror standing against one wall, next to a faceless wooden mannequin wearing a white bridal gown. Mounted on another wall is a full-length mirror with a gilded frame. A door in one corner seems to lead to... What in the world is that? Hold on. Some sort of... like, this is clearly like a powder room. Intended for, preparing. There is a door on the north side of the room. And that's from O. That's clearly to... It looks like it probably goes into the master bedroom. So yeah.
How fancy is the dress?
It's very fancy. It's a white bridal gown worn by a baroness.
Alright.
Get approval.
Vasilka, could you perhaps help me remove this armor to try it on?
She does. Lydia also helps. Vasilka a couple times stops for a second and turns and looks at the mirror, with the gilded frame, for a second, and then sort of shakes her head and turns back. But she seems like she thought she saw something with the mirror.
I want it inside the mirror.
But yeah, the dress is a little tight on you. Estimating between you and Vasilka, it could probably fit her pretty well.
I have more muscles for swinging that Morning Star.
But yeah, it seems like it would fit fit the purposes of what you need.
All right. This is quite nice. I do quite enjoy it, and it seems befitting of me. How much were you willing to part with it for?
Oh, no need. No need to talk about price with this. I just hope to improve the happiness in the town somewhat, and all around.
I would feel not good if I did not at least give a tip for this. How about 5 gold, just as a thank you?
Well, I don't really have much need of money right now, but... Well, actually...
I mean, I have heard that you are gathering sticks for this festival. You could buy a lot of sticks with the gold.
She says, actually, well... She, actually, I'm gonna have her do a... Yeah, she seems to be caught on the edge of maybe asking for something in particular, but she clearly changes her mind and just says, no, there's nothing in particular that I would want to burden you with. Not at this time.
I'm like, my lady, I am an accomplished combatant, and my betrothed is a famous monster hunter. If there's anything that you would ask, it would not hurt.
Well, that sort of thing. It would be better to ask my husband about that sort of thing. I'm not very familiar with the needs of the town in that way. But I thank you.
Okay. I put forward 5 gold and I go, as a thank you.
If it makes you feel better, and she accepts it.
Okay. Oh shit, I pushed add. Okay, 1 sec.
Oh no.
Oh no, I took 5 gold from her.
The campaign is ruined.
Podcast over, guys.
Yeah.
Can't believe you've done this.
Alright.
Actually done this.
Do we have a thing, like a case for this? Is there like a case for this dress?
She does have a box that she's able to get out that she's able to put it into and
Alright.
give it to you.
I put on my armor again, equip on the Morning Star, and I go, Vasilka, would you mind carrying that for me?
Of course. She takes it.
Well, I thank you. Would you like me to stay for the end of the party? Or are things winding down already?
Well, it's not like that. But she's you can stay as long as you'd like. If you have any business you need to attend to, you can feel free to leave.
I will ask Lucian. We were going to head out today.
Oh, so you won't be here for the festival?
We may be back in time. It all depends on how our business goes.
Okay. So she starts leading you out. And you... as you guys are walking out, you turn a corner, and you hear a young man's voice from down the hall. And as you look down, you can see there is a door that has a large skull carved into it.
No, it's their brooding, edgy teenager son.
Hanging from the doorknob is a wooden sign that reads,
"Do not disturb."
"All is not well."
That's
It is their fucking edgy teenager son.
You can hear the voice, and Lydia is not even like paying attention anymore, and is like hurrying downstairs. Vasilka has also stopped and is looking in the direction of the door. You can kind of hear what he's saying a little bit, and make an Arcana check.
All of us?
No. Just
Renier.
Renier. She's the only one who can hear it.
14.
14 is exactly what you needed.
Hey!
He's clearly trying, but badly pronouncing, some kind of teleportation spell. Yeah. So he's clearly trying to cast some sort of teleportation spell, but it's failing.
Well, I do not know that spell yet. I cannot help.
Let me see here.
He's trying to teleport into his dad's booze cabinet to get a kegger for the party next weekend.
Yeah, no.
I guess I'm just gonna ignore it.
Okay. You continue down, and everyone's still.
Yeah, just kind of awkwardly.
Lucien!
Oh, actually, while Lydia was outside the room, the women were a lot more gossipy and talking about, just the way it is. Apparently, their son is named Victor and has locked himself in his room for months now, and is like very, very against this whole all is well, forced party stuff and that sort of thing.
That makes sense. All is not well.
And yeah, it's kind of whispery kind of stuff where they're like careful not to get in trouble, but it's very clear that no one is on board with all this stuff. But Ezek is basically an enforcer for the town and makes it so that everyone has to participate.
Okay.
But yeah, so you get downstairs, and they all stop talking about that stuff. So what do y'all want to do now?
Are we allowed to leave? Are we expected to stay?
I go, Lucien, how are things looking? Do we need to go today or tomorrow?
I think it would be best if we left today.
Alright. I will have to take my leave. I thank you for the dress. I wish you all the luck, and hopefully we will make it back in time for the festival.
That would be wonderful.
Perhaps we could even have our wedding here.
Oh, that would be very wonderful. I will say the what's it called?
The sun, whatever party thing that's going on?
I think he's referring to the church.
Yes, the St. Andrew's Church is quite nice.
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, so just realized we went through that and I never had you roll a bluff check. But
Free win.
it's not that.
Yeah.
Not that hard to lie to somebody.
Yeah. So
When
anyway,
you're
I don't think there's any reason why they would even think this person's lying to me.
Yeah.
I gotta check one thing.
Oh no.
Probably just
No.
be like, oh, that's a little
No.
weird, but alright.
See Ezek just shows up right when we're leaving.
No, you get out and
She's
you
mine, back
are,
off.
Just to
You're
see her
fine.
go.
Alright. I go, that was so fucking good. We are the best people for any job. Vasilka, I even had you, like, holding the dress as we went down. It's all so perfect.
Maybe we should walk off the premises before.
Oh, I thought we did leave.
It went all according to plan.
I literally just closed the door.
Alright. We leave. We get the dog.
Okay, I forgot to do something when I was doing my shopping. I've got a ton of gems, like a bag of gems that I need to sell.
Okay.
Where can I sell these at? Is there like a gem store, or is there like a pawn shop, or can I just like go to any place?
There's the stockyard. There's places at the town square. You can trade them, that sort of thing.
Do we pick up armor for you?
No.
I'm just going to say, yeah, you went around and managed to sell all your gems throughout the day while you were shopping.
Okay,
How much money is that?
a lot.
5 million gold.
In game, what time is it? Like, what is it going to be?
It's getting close to evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be able to
Pretty
make
late.
it out of town back to our,
It's
Middle.
dark. That's a little Strahd joke we have here.
As we walk away, I'm going to bring up. Oh, while I was in the tavern, I got slipped a message to meet somebody.
Oh.
Who?
I don't know who.
And then Wick
Really?
goes, who?
It's so stupid.
But I was gonna go over there and meet them. I will say, I feel like it'd be kind of intimidating if all of us went up there. So if you guys could like hang back a little bit, but keep an eye on, because I don't want to get jumped.
Would you like Wick to come with you so I know what's going on?
I mean, I could also come with you if you're feeling,
I feel like an owl and one of us
Hey,
would be good.
how about you guys wait from across the street, and I will take my giant robotic 3-headed zombie dog with me for protection.
Okay.
And if anything, if it looks like I'm getting kidnapped, or someone is turning me into goop, or something like that, you just run on over.
I feel like you should have Wick.
Keep an eye out if I draw my sword.
Well, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I'd like my cloak back, please.
Speaking of cloak, Renia, you probably should put it
yeah, Basilica takes it
cover
off and
yourself
gives it
so
back
we
to
don't
you.
run
Okay,
into
and the
Easter.
rapier?
Oh, yes, she gives
I mean,
that to
unless you want it.
She's like, I have no idea how to use it.
I shouldn't have to fucking...
I just remembered the other day, so...
I like put my cloak on, grumbling.
Okay.
Can you take
pull
Wick
up the
with you
note.
though? Just so I know. I mean, then I can hear and see things through Wick, and then I know
Okay.
exactly what's going on. Perhaps you draw your sword just to show them.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. We don't know we don't know anything about these people.
Okay, fine. But just be careful. I don't want to scare them.
I know. Say the word citrus if you want us to ambush them.
Citrus?
Well, now the word's in my vocabulary. I'm thinking about it. It might slip out.
Well, you better not let it slip out.
Maybe just pay attention.
I will.
Okay, it's over by this cart with the hungry monster thing in it.
He's gonna feed you to it.
Don't say that.
The monster's gonna goop you.
I hate this family.
Family,
He's
oh.
already having enough issues as it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to the meeting spot, the meeting zone.
Okay.
Oh, before you go, did you were shopping, correct?
I did.
Did you see any shop with spell books, spell scrolls, parchment?
I thought about it. I thought about looking for one, but I didn't.
Could we perhaps check on that? Do I do spells like wizard? Because I do wizard spell list. Can I also like write down spells and have them in my list, just not prepared?
I don't think so. I don't know. What class are you? You're 5?
Eldritch Knight.
Eldritch Knight. I don't know, because you don't have a spell book, right?
I don't know. I'm
Does it
just
say
doing.
anything?
Eldritch Knight.
And, like, features and traits or whatever?
No, you do not keep them in a spell book. You commit them to memory.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay, never mind.
I mean, you can still cast stuff if you wanted to, like scrolls and whatnot.
Yeah.
Anyway, I make my way downtown, walking fast to this giant cart with an angry monster in it.
While also having your own angry monster follow you by.
He's not angry yet.
So it's just you alone?
Well, it's me, the Steel Defender, and Wick.
Okay.
This is me and my entourage of
Wait.
animals.
I just fucking realized
Huh?
we're the Lost Seekers, and that's usually like. I would imagine a good symbol for that's like a lantern, and lanterns have wicks in them.
Alright, excuse me while I go leap off a cliff or something.
All right. Well,
I
just
did it, guys.
wait until after this meeting.
Oh yeah, Sebastian will be keeping an eye on you.
All right, I'm there. I'm ready for it.
Okay. So after a moment, let's see here. Here we go. So, Rictavio, the colorful half-elf bard, walks up and is like, "Oh, how are you doing there? I see you got my note."
I did. May I ask who you are? What you want with me?
Well, I did put my name on the card, and he takes off his hat, and he immediately changes. And he now looks like an older man, who is, he's balding, but he's wearing a coat, and he's got a cane. And he bows, and he said, "Well, my name is Rudolph van Richten, monster hunter, and longtime enemy of Strahd von Zarevich."
Great. Don't know what that has to do with me.
Well, given that you are, in fact, Strahd von Zarevich, I would think that it would.
That is preposterous. What could you... How could you possibly know?
You can calm down, my friend. I'm not your enemy.
Okay.
And kind of 5 seconds before would suggest otherwise.
I have no reason to doubt you. But I also have no reason to trust you. So give me one or the other.
Well, I am the one who taught your friend, who... Get the name now.
The one that we met in the castle.
No, well, yes, but the guy who helped you originally.
Right, okay.
George
Of the jungle.
Mayweather or something like that? Something like
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And he let's see here. He also trained Esmeralda de Avenir.
Okay.
And he says, I am from... Well, let me explain. I'm from a country called Darkon. And I have, for years, journeyed throughout, not just Barovia, but all the lands surrounding, fighting monsters and Well, attempting to finish off the greatest vampire of all, Strahd von Zarevich.
Okay.
And I only recently found out about your continued existence after the incident long ago. Do you know much about what has happened to you and how you are here?
I'm afraid not. I understand that I am part Strahd, or at least part of Strahd.
I assume your friend is listening through the owl you have there.
Yes.
And the owl goes, "Who?"
My shoulders slump a little bit more. I remember a machine. I remember...
Yes, the apparatus.
Wandering. The farther back I try and go, the more blank space there is.
Yes, as I would expect. So, there are things happening in Ravenloft. A conjunction of sorts. And you are part of that. Are you familiar with the name Azalin Rex?
Which one was Aslan Rex? That sounds familiar, but...
That is the Dark Lord of Darkhan, who tried to build another version of your apparatus.
Right, the one that failed.
And it failed, it blew up, and now Darkhan is fading into the mists.
Yeah.
So...
Wait, real or fake Darkon?
Darkon only exists within Ravenloft.
Oh, okay.
It is one of the domains of Dread.
Yes. So,
Becoming less of a domain.
So...
Shut up. It's not cool, man.
Too soon.
It hasn't even happened yet.
That's soon enough.
The apparatus, which you may not remember, but you designed and built, back when you and the other half were complete. The apparatus is still in Mordant. And, well, I might as well say it outright. I have reason to believe that it is the reason that your friend, Rainier, is even alive right now. For as much as alive you can be after coming through the machine. I have other thoughts as well, but I believe you are all being manipulated. He holds up his ring and says, "This is keeping us quiet at the moment, but it is difficult for even Strahd to see past the magics that I have in place. But you should know that you are proof of something. Each time that the machine has been activated, the apparatus, it has scattered the person. It is a machine that divides and separates. Most likely, what has happened recently is there are multiple people throughout the realms all attempting to recreate your apparatus. There's one in Mordant. There's one in Invidia. There's one in Darkon still. That invention has captured the minds of many who are attempting to use it. It was originally designed as a way for you and your, at the time, friend and partner, Azalin Rex, as a method of escape to get out of Ravenloft. Azalin has continued with these experiments and, well, divided himself.
How many pieces?
Thousands, scattered within the mists. But the fact that you are here is proof that he will reform, because the same thing happened to you, at least to this half of you. For years, For years, Strahd has been truly dark, irredeemable here in Barovia. I had thought any chance of repentance to be completely gone. Have you seen much of what has gone on here?
To tell you the truth, when you say here, do you mean town or do you mean Barovia?
Barovia.
To tell you the truth, very little I've seen of Barovia. Strahd seemed relatively earnest in his attempt to get us to his castle, and the most I've seen has been wandering ghosts, wandering dire wolves, maybe even werewolves, were-ravens. Everything bad seems to just kind of putz around in the woods here. And from what I gather from the citizens...
That is an accurate assessment.
From what I gather from the citizens, Strahd could care less.
In some ways, he could. However, let me use this town as an example. Strahd is in charge of both sides of this conflict. The Baron, the Burgomaster, his puppet. Lady Watcher, his servant. He's simply playing them against each other for entertainment. See, that's what Strahd does. He's likely, well, if my information is correct, given you a task of some sort. And I can guarantee you that he does not need you to do what he has said. He is most likely prepping you to go against something that he wants to see happen for fun.
I suspected as much. I saw the spell in the book. He could have just teleported her immediately to him.
Exactly. I do not have a set plan, but there are allies here who could help you find out what's going on.
The Ravens?
Possibly. I've been trying to learn more about these Keepers of the Feather, these were-ravens who oppose Strahd. I don't want to expose them, but they might be helpful when the time comes. Now, there are many evil Vistani, but there are good Vistani as well. I'd like to take out as many of his spies, but... yes.
Do you think it's possible to rejoin and not... for me to not be gone completely?
Absolutely. It's a matter of balance. You have reformed, but you haven't reached... there's a level of power and presence. To tell you the truth, I'm not 100% certain as to what you can do, but there are many things about... well, just let me explain the timeline. When you were formed was long after Ravenloft was formed, long after Barovia had entered the Mists. Anything that Strahd has connections to, has control of, you likely have control of as well. It's just a matter of power. If you could find a way to grow in power, to at least equal him, you might be able to wrest control of Barovia away from him. You could tell the Mists to go where you want them to go. You could seal or open the borders. I know he has a giant heart in his castle, which he uses to defend himself. You could hijack it, take it away from him. There are a number of options available to you. Tell me, have you met, so, I take that. Have you had any feelings towards this, Vasilka, whom you've met?
None that I'm aware of.
That is interesting. This is something that I have wondered about. You see, I've spoken of this to very few people, but what do you remember of the history of Strahd? Do you know anything about the details of how he ended up out as he was?
I know he had a brother.
Yes, Sergei, I believe his name was.
I remember the castle.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a woman. And I remember feeling trapped. And
Interesting.
scared.
There are many theories as to why things have played out as they have here in Barovia. But I find it interesting that all the feelings for his lost love, Irina Kolyana, are only felt by his evil side. And that you, the good in Strahd, seems to be unmoved by her. My recent information has told me that this Vasulka was created by the abbot of the Abbey of St. Markovia in Kresk, who is a very powerful being, not human, not mortal. And he has gone mad, manipulated and controlled by Strahd. I do not think it was intentional, but for some luck, this Vasilka is the reincarnation of Irina Kolyana. There may be more details, more secrets. I can point to a location. I found out some information that may help you. You, as well as Strahd, when you were together, you penned a book, the Tome of Strahd, which carries many secrets, many details that would give you more information as to how things happened and how things played out. My latest theories, well, let's see. Have you met with Madame Ava?
Briefly.
Did she do a card reading for you?
I don't think she did.
She did.
She did? Okay. I don't remember what the card was.
So,
Can I cast message and tell him what they were?
yeah, so George Weathermay, that was his name. So, yeah, the first card was the Five of Stars, the Elementalist. This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. It is hidden in a small castle beneath a mountain, guarded by amber giants. And when that was mentioned, you had a flashback of standing in front of a model of Castle Ravenloft.
Mm-hmm. How will I know when I'm strong enough to defeat Strahd? Because so far, all I have to go off of is this sword and, well, my ability to cast these spells.
Well, that's not actually a bad marker. If
Somebody's getting nice.
If, say, you were able to cast a spell that you had never been able to cast before, something more powerful than what Strahd can cast, well then, that would be a clear signal that you are more powerful. In addition, if Strahd could be somehow weakened, harmed in a way that he couldn't immediately recover from, you could likely take action during that moment. I don't have direct instructions for you or a plan, but I can point you in several directions. If you head west from here, is my tower. I have a... It's right in Lake Baratok. And he pulls out a map and shows you where that he has a tower at in...
I'll point to the map and I'll point to where I'll say that we're staying at the metal grinder, what once was a bone grinder.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got this tower that he's borrowed from. Well, not borrowed. He's taken from this. There used to be an archmage named Kazan who was here, and it's interesting because there's a anti-magic field centered on the tower, extending 5 feet from it in all directions. Makes it very useful for keeping anything that could,
Strahd its way in.
But no, he's got a bunch of stuff there that could be helpful. Spell scrolls, details of things, useful things, lots of... let's see here. Yeah, it's a good location if you need a place to stop and
Be safe.
yeah.
Okay.
He also shows you on his map where Kresk is, which is just past the tower.
I imagine Wick gets up on my shoulder to look at this map.
Yeah. And he says that he has heard of someone who could be a powerful ally. And he shows the town, Vallaki, where you guys are at. He says that it would probably be of use to go to the north side of Lake Zarevich, which is directly to the north. There's plenty of fishing boats that are all over the place that you could go across the lake. And there's a powerful wizard who's been lost up there, who may have gone mad, but if you can get a hold of him, he is would be an excellent ally in this situation, both magically and with lore.
Okay.
So he he also points out that there is the Amber Temple, which is a place where is a potential place to get information and artifacts, and also this this town, Druids, that are it's a flooded village that's just ruled over by, he says, a hag who's very powerful. And he says you might want to avoid her, but she's another dangerous thing in here, and she may have something of use. The only other thing, there is a fortress called Argenvo Osthold, which used to be a place where you could find potential allies for against Strahd, but the people there have all died and are revenants and are very hostile to most people. They still hate Strahd. They still would love to do something about it, but it's not a great situation for them. Yeah, the flooded town is the town of Berez. And he says that it might be worth it to reveal yourselves to the Vistani and who you are and what you are. If you could, but find good Vistani who are troubled by the fact that they are doing bad things for Strahd, if you can, and if you reveal to them, they will be loyal to you. Because many of them wish to see a recovery of their lord. And yeah, they're hoping for something, but most have lost hope of anything changing. But finally he says that he doesn't know exactly what Strahd's plans are for all of you. But he does know this side of Strahd loves corrupting people. And so he's likely trying to lead you down a path that will get everyone into a lot more trouble than they realize. And hopefully get them to the point where they can be manipulated into doing something corruptible. Something evil.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna cast... Yeah, no, I'll let the conversation keep going. Unless it's over.
Yeah, he says that if Strahd wants you to go to Kresk, it means there's something in Kresk, in addition to whatever the plan was, that whatever he outright told you, that he wants you to find and get involved with, potentially to cause conflict with you and whoever it is that's there.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah, he says that's all the things that he wanted to tell you. He says that he can't stay with you because he's currently cursed, and if he stays around people for days or travels with people, it's like really bad stuff starts happening to him. So he says he has to stay alone, but he does ask if there's anything in particular that you might need or you might want or he could help with.
I'm gonna cast message.
Not at the moment. But I do have a question.
Yes.
Do you believe the other Strahd is all bad? That there's nothing pure in him left?
He says, almost certainly. He's a very good actor. And a very powerful mage. There might be things that he would do that could be good, but they would be very selfish in motivation.
Maybe it's just my naiveness, but I don't want him dead. I don't want to kill him.
I don't think it's naiveness. It's funny. You, by your very nature, are a hope that attempting to destroy Strahd would be unnecessary. The question is, what would happen? I will say, from what I hear, Barovia was much better back before the split. But we will have to see.
I'm gonna cast message to Lucas and go, Lucas, may I walk over? I would like to speak as well.
I'll look over to where you guys are and I'll give you a nod.
And I start coming over. Alright, we're here now.
Or at least you are. I don't know what.
Yeah.
We'll follow.
Oh yeah, we follow along.
I give like a little bow. I go, I am sure you know, but I am Lady Renia Eckert.
Yes.
You said some quite interesting things during your conversation with our friend.
Yes.
A bit selfish, I think the first thing I would like to ask is, you said I went through the machine?
Let me put it this way. There are machines, such the apparatus, built by Strahd before he... The original was built by Strahd and Azalin Rex long ago as an attempt to escape Ravenloft. However, other versions of the apparatus have been built around in many different places, and if they are activated, one could potentially use one if one were, say, dead or a ghost, to reform a body. And these reborn bodies are not fully alive in the same way that others are. You and your physical state are exactly what it is that comes out of the apparatus. Different from this Vasilka you've met, who was put together on a more piece-by-piece method.
So,
the original apparatus is still sitting in Mordant to this day.
Would it be required for a rejoining?
No, most definitely not. The machine was never able to restore or reverse its effects.
you say that to preserve Lucas, if we are to rejoin him and the bad Strahd together, that he must be powerful enough to defeat Strahd. Does this mean that he must defeat Strahd on his own, or may he have help?
Well, it's not that he has to defeat Strahd. It's that he has to... when they rejoin, his presence must overtake Strahd's.
So, would you say that killing this version of Strahd, or defeating him in a fight, would that significantly weaken him?
Absolutely.
I think I like the sound of that. Lucas, I know you do not want to kill him, but...
You would not be able to kill Strahd per se. If you were to destroy his body, he would turn to mist and return to his coffin. Only true sunlight would be able to destroy him, and it would likely destroy you in the process.
Destroy us?
Me.
Lucas,
Not
I
you.
presume.
Oh.
Well, maybe you.
Oh. Well, I'm a dampier, so.
Well,
Well, I mean, this is good then.
Well,
If,
yeah, but you're also Strahd.
Yes.
if we
the only
defeat...
person that's me to sunlight with me.
If we defeat Strahd in combat, that is not killing him, which makes Lucas happy, and we rejoin him and Lucas can take over at that point.
Lucas, take the wheel.
Jeez.
Vasilka, who
Why is she over here?
has slowly walked into the area as well, says, there is another way.
Holy shit, you are here? Oh my god. Are you down with
beating
this?
up your fiance?
She steps close.
Well, she's the one that came to us with saying, hey, something's wrong.
True.
With and now that she's within a safe location that Van Richten's generating, says, I think it might be time to fully explain how I fit into all of this.
I catfished Strahd.
That might be more accurate.
She pulls off a mask.
It's a trucker.
She says, you see, I already explained this to your friend, Celestina, but I was built, constructed, made from parts dug out of the graveyard. Ones that the abbot
Frankenstraw.
Abbot chose particularly, attempting to make a bride for Strahd.
The bride?
Through some accident or coincidence, I have been inhabited by the spirit of Irina Kolyana.
Oh.
And it wasn't supposed to happen, but I have regained many memories of the many lives and reincarnations I've been through. And she says, one of those reincarnations is not dead.
Oh.
So you're getting new memories?
Is there two of you?
Well, I don't think so. I think I'm the current one that is Irina Kolyana. But the more I remember, the more I think that Strahd is not the only one who is trapped here. I think Irina Kolyana, not Vasilka necessarily. I think the soul of Irina Kolyana is also trapped here. Because of something she did.
Is that the woman that I saw in my dreams? The one that was in the painting? Or is that not?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I've been saying Irina Kolyana. It's not Irina Kolyana. It's Tatiana.
Tatiana. Okay.
Yeah, so I gotta go. Yeah, it's Tatiana. Irina's the one who's not.
Yeah, the fake.
So the soul of Tatiana is within. The soul of Tatiana is also trapped here, just as much as Strahd is, because of something she did, and she's been through many incarnations. One of those incarnations is still alive, for a certain definition of alive.
Mm-hmm.
That one of her incarnations was Lissa von Zarevich, a distant relative of Strahd's, and she turned into a vampire and attempted to take over, attempted to beat Strahd and lost. And she currently rules over a domain of dread to the south of Barovia, southeast of Barovia. And the way she was defeated is a plan that might work on Strahd himself. You see, every time Tatiana has been reincarnated and Strahd has gotten a hold of her, it's only been temporary. Because Strahd always, inevitably, drinks her blood and turns her into a vampire. And when that happens, typically the soul stays for a while, but then goes off and starts the process of reincarnation again. And so there's no less than 3 Tatianas entombed in Castle Ravenloft, just locked in there, still conscious and as a vampire, but Strahd has gotten bored with her because she's no longer Tatiana.
Mm-hmm.
We get a very good neck brace.
However, the way Strahd defeated Lissa von Zarevich was by making a flesh golem, which Vasilka gestures to herself when she says this, whom Lissa fell in love with. But he injected the flesh golem with a toxin that once it got into Lissa, if Lissa drank the blood, would make it so that even at night she would have to sleep. So except for a couple hours each night, Lissa von Zarevich sleeps in her coffin.
Do we know what this toxin is?
She's not sure, but it's definitely
Been there.
It's definitely in Castle Ravenloft.
Bless you.
And yeah, this might work on Strahd.
I think this is a very good plan.
Yeah, he's arrogant enough to not think that someone could use his own plan against him. He's smart enough to think about it, but given the situation, he thinks that he has orchestrated the construction of Vasilka. And it's only by coincidence that Vasilka can now make plans. And she says she wants to try a couple things, one of which is find some way to weaken Strahd.
Mm-hmm.
Which, first off, she says she thinks she can do something just by seeing him. That she has powers. That as soon as she saw all of you, she could tell which ones of you are partially undead. She's got senses that she shouldn't have. And she has one thing that she feels like she could do that could bypass anything's natural resistances and vulnerabilities and make them vulnerable to whatever she wants. That she could do that, like once, she feels like she could do it a few times a day or something like that, but she feels like she can bypass the regular defenses of a vampire and make them vulnerable to stuff other than what they're normally vulnerable to. And so, if two things can happen, if you can find some sort of weakening potion or toxin to put into her, that she can get Strahd to drink her blood, and then he'll be weakened by that. And then if all of you were to jump into the room and go after him, she could use this ability on him to make him weak to whatever it is that you're using on him. And if you could take him down like that, then he would be weak enough that you could likely take over if you refused.
Okay.
And this is more than what she had planned, because originally she had just planned to try to find the toxin and inject it into herself.
Mm-hmm. Do it herself.
And have Strahd drink her blood, and it would... Because Lissa von Zarevich wakes up every night for those couple hours because that's all she's got. But Strahd, if he's not doing something, typically, from what... and this is... Van Richten actually mentions that, Strahd has at times slept for decades.
Man, I feel that.
Without involving himself in stuff in Barovia.
Just 5 more decades.
So, we should attempt to find this Strahd weakening poison, whatever it is. Believe it or not, I think I may have an idea of a lead.
How long...
But it's going to require us going to that winery.
Okay. How long would you say...
I think you just really want wine, my guy.
I don't. I really don't.
How long would you say we have before Strahd drinks her blood if we deliver her to him?
Not long. It says,
Well, maybe we should get rid of that dress.
Vasilka is like, I'm sticking with you until it's time, I think.
Well,
the only thing is that...
We also need to get your friend.
Yes, that is true.
Yes, I think we should focus our efforts on getting Celestina out of whatever mess she got herself into.
which, by the way, what?
Yeah, what the fuck happened?
Okay, so... I wasn't fully aware of this, but the abbot who built me is an angel, a deva, a powerful being,
Okay.
and he's gone mad. She pulls off her glove and rolls up her sleeve, and she's stitched together. Kresk is not in good condition. And so something happened there was a pool of water outside in the monastery, and turns out that Sergei Vanzerevich is in the heavens and tried to bring his lady love Tatiana's soul out. I was able to resist it as Vasilka because I'm committed to my plan, but well, the abbot may have been very, very upset with the idea of me being brought out of the abbey, which is what your friend did. She helped me sneak out, and he blamed her for it. There was some arguing. No fighting ended up happening, but I managed to convince him that because I had resisted it, I could go and get the dress myself. And he was impressed with my willpower at the ability to resist the temptation to escape Ravenloft. But to encourage me to be firm in my responsibility to return, he decided to keep your friend there until I return.
Insurance.
Yes.
So, like, full-blown angel? Like, he's gonna snap and we die? Or
I don't
less
think so.
powerful than that?
I don't think so.
Make a religion check.
That is... Oh, holy shit. 16.
I'm also gonna do a religion check.
12.
So, an astral deva is like one step down from the most powerful type of angel. Most powerful is a solar. A solar angel is like about as close to a god as you can get while still being, you know, statted in the monster manual. They're very powerful. They're unique in that they always carry a great sword with them that can dance around and do stuff on its own. They also have powerful archery stuff they can do. But yeah, those are the most powerful ones. Astral Devas are like their second in command, the next step down in power.
Okay, so he'll
And-
fuck us up.
Yeah.
Does he
is
like
very-
undead?
He's not fond of undead, but he has made one in Vasilka, and he's been dealing with them for a while, so it's not like...
I know it might
That's
sound
true,
like
and
a dumb idea.
We're friends of Strahd.
I know it might sound like a dumb idea, but we've done this before.
Oh my god, we cannot trick the
I
angel!
pull out the sword as it floats around me.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to stab the angel with the sword?
No, the sword would never agree to that. It's an angel. But if a higher ranking divine creature were to appear and say, "You're messing this up pretty bad," and threatening you to get out, maybe.
I think you're going to get
With your
smite.
religion check, you know that most angels have, like, true sight, and that illusions just straight up don't work on them.
I think you're going to
I
get
have high
smited.
religion, so I probably know this as well. So, but we could try.
I think that you would die.
You're probably right.
And then the entire plan goes fucking kaput.
I start to put the sword back in the bag, but it would be hilarious if you pulled it off.
What a sick
I
prank.
mean, if I was on the sidelines, perhaps, but I think I would be next to be smited.
Smitten.
Smoted?
Anyway,
Smote his ruin upon the mountainside.
I think we have quite a good plan here. But I do not think...
So what's our excuse for keeping you? for like not immediately taking Vestilvia back.
Vasilvia.
I say Vestilvia because I'm like Vastani is my brain wants to do that. But no. Vasilka, like what is our excuse for not just waltzing? We've got the dress now. Like why aren't we just walking you back to either Strahd or to the Deacon? What's our reason for not going there immediately?
We should go to the abbot immediately. There's plenty of explanations that he wanted us to return to him to finish preparations.
Yes.
My education is not complete.
I know that. What I mean more so is, there might be some pit stops along the way, and that might draw some suspicion. And it'd be a good idea to have a, doctor's note, so to speak, as to why we're not there as quickly as possible, why we took you on a detour or anything like that.
Well, I'm sure the abbot could come up with something.
Yes, but wouldn't he be suspicious? Who are we to be dragging you around places?
Well, Celestina said that you were specifically told by Strahd to come and retrieve me, correct?
Yes.
Well, I think the abbot isn't certain that I'm ready. I could make a case to him that I need to see the lands of Barovia to finish my training to be queen. That I need to interact with them.
Okay, alright, I like it.
This is good. I like that. I was seeing the lands before I was queen.
Okay. I thought you were a princess.
Yes, I was literally...
She keeps saying that she is the last of her family.
All right.
Literally?
Okay.
As I became queen, they shot me.
Rough.
I was queen for about
that's royalty for you.
0.5 seconds.
Yikes.
But it still counts.
Am I wrong?
Okay.
Dear
Alright. I'm just remembering back to when I first met you, I thought... Not when I first met you, but when you first told me about this stuff, I thought you'd said you were a princess.
I probably did. It's pretty much interchangeable.
Like to ask,
It's pretty
interchangeable. I mean, at this point, I'm so used to calling myself
Wait
princess.
until...
I've never thought about it. Yeah. What's going on?
It's fine, keep going.
Well, no.
We're done.
You're
Okay.
Speak!
going to talk to Van Wichten?
Yes, Master Van Wichten.
Oh, yes.
Kinky.
My name is Sebastian.
It's good to meet you.
Do you know a lot about the Druids that are here in Barovia?
Some, yes. They worship Strahd. And they are attempting to, well, regain the power they once held.
What do you mean?
Before Strahd came here, this place was wild and ruled by many warlords and druids and wild men. They feel, even though they now worship Strahd, that by creating more chaos and destruction and turning the wrath of the dark side of nature here upon the people, that he can gain their favor, that they can gain his favor, and that they'll be restored to the position that they once held. It's unlikely that this would happen, but from what I understand, they're centered around a hill that is a ways south of the winery. They call it the Yester Hill. It's a large burial mound.
I don't know how much information you know about all the companions here, but I myself am a druid. And I believe
You've been subjected to some forceful recruitment.
you could say that, yes. I have no memory of I have very little memory of the past year.
Yes, there are some of the darker druid circles which enact this sort of thing. I don't have any direct answers for you myself, but you would likely be able to find them down there at the Esther Hill. Although, once again, I mention a potential ally to the north of the lake. The wizard there. I can almost guarantee he would know much more about that.
Thank you. I wanted to know more about these... I would say people, but that would be too much of a nice term.
Yes, I can't... I must be careful, because I cannot say his name aloud. But our potential ally to the north would most certainly be able to help you. And he would know much more.
Van Richten?
Yes.
I would ask, the reason I come here is for my own purposes. I was looking for the Amber Temple. I am pretty certain that you know of things that have gone on in Mordant. Or have you been stuck here?
I've been wandering around Ravenloft for some time, and I have spent much time in Mordant. My protégés are there.
Well, I mean, like, the one in the normal plane of existence.
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure of the difference at this point.
Well, there was things that have happened. A coup. And it is no longer under my family's control.
Yes.
I am going to get it back. I'm gonna, like, look around. Is anyone here other than our party?
Nope, it's just you.
I'm going to go. I have had this since I was a child. I pull out the piece of amber that I have on me.
He says, I do not know specifically what that is, but I assume that it would have something to do with the Amber Temple. I have never been within the Amber Temple. I know its location through investigation, but I do know that it was a storehouse for powerful magic items, mostly dark and evil ones, but I do not know the details.
Yeah, put it away
There
quickly.
may be something there that could help you. Or not.
Yes, I was meaning to go there, explore, and see what there was. I am certain that there are things there that will help me. And if these things can help me get my country back, then they certainly can help fix the wrongs that have befallen this place.
I have heard some rumors, and I'm not sure, I'm not certain, but it is also possible that that may be the source of the problems that this country has faced. I'd be very careful.
I would ask, would you have any way of helping us enter that place?
Unfortunately, no, other than a general location.
We have that already. Anyway.
Yes, I've never been able to journey to the Amber Temple.
Lucian. This guy is like the famous monster hunter. Is it like meeting, I don't know, actual celebrities of D&D? He's cool and famous. Is it like meeting a hero?
It's almost like meeting Mordenkainen.
It's like meeting Mordenkainen.
I do have a great deal of respect for you. It is interesting to meet you, certainly.
He gives you an appraising look. And says, well, it's good that there are others who are still working to fight evil around in the world.
Quite.
There's always plenty of it.
Indeed.
So, can you just, like, message us or get a hold of us whenever you need to?
I'm afraid I'm not that, talented at things, but, I can do some things. I'll try to see if I can get messages to you. He takes his hat and puts it back on, and, turns back into a, Rictavio, the half-elf, and says, but, must be off now. If I stick around too long, you'll start feeling the effects of the curse.
Okay.
So,
I will just say that, we will remain as we are, and, I would say that we would remain kind of like double agents for you. We would play both sides and present ourselves as allies of Strahd. But I'm going to be honest, I have no wish to see this land continue to be cursed. I do not wish to see more evil to befall it. It would be a truth to say that we are allies of Strahd, and I'm going to look at Lucas, and I'm going to go, because perhaps if we can redeem him through him, then we can break it.
well, at least there's hope for that now.
And if there wasn't, I'd probably just say, yes, let's kill him. But I think that would be temporary in and of itself, and ineffective. And I do not like to do things half-assed.
Yes. Alright, I must be off now. Good luck.
You too.
And he wanders off. Aimlessly. Like a drunk man, no.
I want to be him when I grow up.
And yeah, we'll go ahead and stop there.
Alright.
Wow, look at all that lore that happened.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That was like a lot of lore.
Wow, story.
Who knew that Dungeons and Dragons could have story?
Yeah, you know,
Like a lot of
I
it,
thought
too.
it was just like a dungeon crawler game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not murder hobos? What the fuck is this?
Anyways, if you guys like what we do, follow us on all our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, Tumblr. I think I forgot that last time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
It was there.
All
I
right.
was there.
Fine.
Damn right.
We love you, Skyrimscape.
It's not Skyrimscape.
Sirenscape. Sirenscape, I love you.
Thanks for letting us use all your sounds that you make.
Yeah.
It's
Is
such
that correct? Did we do it correct, Tom?
Yeah.
Thank
We
you,
did
my
it.
lord. Where else are we? We're on YouTube.
We are on YouTube.
And Facebook.
Yes, I
With
said
all the
that.
anti-vaxxers.
Yes.
And
If you're an anti-vaxxer, I'm not even going to
Please
go
like
there.
and subscribe.
where else? Smoke signals? Can they listen on smoke signals?
They can try.
Morse code.
Morse code? The Enigma machine?
Oh no.
That's the thing you built, right?
Yep, totally. I turned into Applebee's Cumberbatch or whatever his name is.
Cupid Cumberdale.
Oh no.
Anyway, thanks for listening. I'm sorry.
And we'll catch you next time.
I am ancient. I am the land. Welcome to Barovia.